Here at home having to do with the forecast. Right now, looking at some of our beaches, you see they are packed. Not overly crowded right now, but a comfortable day nonetheless. I bet you're going to see a lot more people, Andrew, later on this week, aren't we?
Oh, we certainly are, with that triple-digit heat index value coming into play as early as Wednesday afternoon. For this evening, though, a rare treat across Michiana, giving it my stamp of approval. 10 out of 10 out there this evening. Great weather to do just about anything you want to do outdoors, and that should include yard work. It's best to get that done before this humidity really starts to begin to spike here at home as we get closer towards midweek. And overall tomorrow, a rather pleasant day. We'll likely wake up to some extra clouds in the morning and then lots of sun for the afternoon. And it is late tomorrow. We're talking after 4 p.m. that you're going to start to notice the dew points, the humidity starting to climb here at home. And Wednesday, Thursday, if you don't get the yard work done over the next 24 hours, well, you'll likely need to get the yard work done early in the morning or late in the evening to avoid the gross humidity and the heat index value around 100 to 105 degrees Wednesday and Thursday. And check out these dew points. These are numbers you never want to see if you're not a fan of it feeling like Florida. And in fact, some of these dew point values are actually higher than what they will likely experience through a good chunk of Florida later on this week. So it's going to feel downright miserable here at home starting Wednesday afternoon, lasting all the way through the upcoming weekend. Here's a look at Wednesday's first alert weather day. The heat index value between 3 and 6 p.m. likely cracking the century mark. Thursday, likely our hottest feel-like temperature. Wouldn't be surprised if one or two communities have a feel-like temperature close to around 110 degrees. And then Friday's the day where we're going to watch as the boundary starts to move through Michiana. Timing and placement of some thunderstorms to close out this work week could lower some of our heat index values below the triple-digit heat mark, something we'll watch closely with First Alert Weather Feeder Track. Here's what Feeder Track is showing, though, for the remainder of this week as far as rain chances go, and very, very limited. In fact, no rain chance between today, tomorrow, Wednesday, and even on into Thursday. We'll have to wait until this boundary gets closer to for Michiana before we start to introduce some rain chances. Overall, I think early in the game, Feeder Track's overdoing the placement and coverage of this. We'll be able to narrow down exactly if this is more scattered or more widespread or isolated the closer we get towards Friday. And it also keeps some green around as we head on into the upcoming weekend for Saturday. So how much rain are we looking at this week? Well, it'll be another likely one of these scenarios where some really win the rain lottery and others unfortunately miss out on the liquid gold raindrops. Here's a look at our 10-day forecast with some high temperatures here. We'll go over the low temperatures coming up in First Alert Weather in about 6 minutes. But even though we do likely lose the triple-digit heat index value to close out this week, Friday and Saturday, notice these temperatures still staying quite warm, upper 80s, lower 90s. Likely the theme starting Wednesday afternoon and likely lasting until next Tuesday.
Man, a lot. So it's a long stretch, but it's going to be quick. Once it's over, it's over.
Yeah, and it's more so too about the humidity that's going to stay up. So it's just going to feel rather gross outside starting Wednesday, likely lasting until about next Tuesday, next Wednesday. So be nice to each other.
Be nice to each other for sure. Andrew, great advice. Thank you, sir. More news to get to. A federal judge is now hearing oral arguments for 2 related lawsuits between Harvard University